Dímelo, mi gente, que lo que. I'm down in south of Fifth, South Point Park, just hanging out by the water with Aries, enjoying my Saturday. But I want to do a quick video on why I stopped saying I'm not black, I'm Dominican, because I used to say that too. I used to be with the bullshit, but so yeah, like obviously I grew up in Connecticut, Dominican household. Both my parents are from Samaná, so it was a very Dominican household growing up. And outside the house was America. So America racial binary system. So like going, just going about my life, like I always felt like I had to explain myself first, right? So like, obviously I look like a black American, especially like in Connecticut where the contrast is very, very apparent. Um, English last name Green. Green doesn't really lend itself towards Latinidad. So like for me, it was just always trying to explain myself before people would misread me, right? So like, how's that show up? So like for me, it was just like explaining, like I would tell people before they even ask, like, oh, like I'm Dominican, or my family's from Samana, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? In dating apps, like you'd lay it out there, like, oh, I'm Dominican, like you know what I'm saying? Like just you always like you're trying to get ahead of it before people misread you. And that's what I'm not black, I'm Dominican is. Like that's what it is. Like, so I understand, you know what I'm saying? I understand when a lot of people say that because I lived it. Like being Dominican is not some abstract thing. It's not an abstract thing to me. Like being Dominican means something to me. That's the culture that I grew up. That's the culture I grew up in. So, pollo arroz en la casa for dinner, right? Bachata, salsa when my mom's cleaning on Sundays, right? Like just growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like just growing up, going taking trips to Santo Domingo, Samaná, spending summers with my grandparents in El Campo, like stuff like that. So it's like when I completely get it. Being Dominican is not some abstract thing, right? Um, so I understand, and I understand 100% where people are coming from when they say I'm not black, I'm Dominican. Like I get it. I think the shift for me was just finding out about my ancestry and my family history, the migration to Samaná. So it's like once I like did more research on that, I also did a lot of research on just Dominican history in general. And once I saw, the contradictions and just the way that everything didn't really seem to fit, it changed a lot for me. It changed a lot. Like once I found out that my ancestors left the United States to come to Dominican Republic, they went to Samana, what was Haiti at the time, but uh, would turn into Dominican Republic 20 years later. So once I found out that my ancestors did that because they were black, that kind of changed everything for me because it's like now I can't say, like now I'm not black, I'm Dominican doesn't hold any weight. Like it doesn't hold any water because the reason that I'm Dominican is because my ancestors were black. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's from so I'm just talking to myself for I'm just talking to about myself. I'm not telling anybody what to identify as. I never have. This whole project has been capturing reactions to blackness being named directly. I've never once been trying to tell people what to identify as or anything like that. I don't care. I don't care if you identify as the color purple. Like I really don't care. The world's gonna treat you what the world's gonna treat you the way that you come off as. So like you can identify as a rock if you want. I doesn't matter to me. But yeah, going back to the main point. But yeah, so like once I found out about Samana history and Dominican history and just like all the tactics of that anti-blackness and this isn't even just exclusive to Dominican Republic. This is all the Latin American countries. But once I found out more about that and just my family history, and it's just like I'm not black, I'm Dominican. It just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense to me. It didn't hold any water, right? Because like the thing about I'm not black, I'm Dominican is that even if you're saying it right, like even if you're saying it in a way where there's a fucking ant on my there's a big ass ant. But anyways, and even if you're saying it in a way where it's like I'm just proud of my culture, like I'm not saying it in like a racial way. What I'm not black, I'm Dominican. What that trains you to do inadvertently is to trade one truth for another, right? So you're Dominican, true, but now you're not black. So like it doesn't make any sense. So it's like you're trading one truth for another, and it's like both things could be true. You don't need to pick. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to choose one or the other. You could be both. So yeah, like so so I get it. Like when people say I'm not black, I'm Dominican, I 100% get it. Like I've been there. I feel like we all been there. I feel like that is a very Dominican American thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, that we all go through. So like I completely understand. I sympathize with it, but like um I I I just I would challenge anybody that still like believes in that ideology or whatever you want to call it. I would challenge anybody that still believes that to look into their family history and to look into Dominican history and see if those stories line up. Do the work yourself. Like don't rely on anybody. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on whoever the next person. Don't rely on anybody to tell you what to identify as. So yeah, I just want to leave you guys with that. I'm gonna enjoy my Saturday at south of Fifth. Rainy. It's about to start pouring, but ya tú sabes. Estamos aquí, estamos vivos, estamos tranquilos. I'm gonna take it easy. I hope you guys have a good day. Deuces. See you on the next one.